Of course, I have seen many people saying that they want to learn English, but there is a complaint that they are going to make that they don't have an environment. If they want to speak in English, then they need somebody in front of them. If they are not going to anybody in front of them, then it is highly impossible for them to speak in English. If you are also complaining that you don't have an environment, you don't have the people to speak in English, then stop complaining it from today itself. Do you know how I learned English? I think it was 9th standard. In the last video only I have told you. Simply I was imagining that they in front of me thousands and lakhs together people are there, and now I am addressing those people. This is what I was thinking during my high school days. This is how I learned English. Actually, I have done everything in Kannada medium only. Everything in Kannada medium only. When teacher entered into the classroom and when he kept on lecturing us, I was taking down the notes, everything in the language of English only. Actually, sir was explaining in Kannada language, but I was taking down all the points in the language of English itself. And my friends, when they looked into my notes, they were astonished. Hey, sir is explaining everything in the language of Kannada only, but you have been taking the points down into your notes in the language of English. How is it possible? Then I told them that after 5 o'clock I am going to tell this to someone else. Tell this to someone else? For whom are you going to tell all these points? Then I was going to tell them that in front of me, thousand together students would be in front of me after 5 o'clock. For them, I am going to teach them. This is what I was going to tell them. Actually, by 12 o'clock, my class was going to be over. And 12 to 5 o'clock, I was practicing whatever the notes that I had taken down. After 5 o'clock, usually there would be no one in the classroom. So I was going into the classroom, and simply I was imagining myself that I was the teacher and I was explaining to that imaginary students. Actually, benches were there. Actually, he was with me. Actually, even principals are only permitted me to open the classroom, and if you want to read, and you can read it inside the classroom itself. This is what the permission only I got from my principal. So after 5 o'clock, I was getting into the classroom. I was bolting. Then I was going to start the classes for my imaginary students. This is how I learned to speak in English. So we should not complain that there is no environment. Many people are going to say that nobody is there in front of me. Whom can I speak? If I want to speak to somebody in my imagination, then the people, they are going to laugh at me. By looking at me, they are going to laugh at me. Has he become mad? Yes, we should have to become the mad. Unless and until you are going to become mad in the language of the English, then you will never become the master in the language of the English. You have been observing my videos. Actually, recently I uploaded only one video. Actually, I have another my YouTube channel. There I explained each and everything. It's okay. But you should not complain that there is no environment. Many times situations are going to be built in front of you to speak in English. But in those cases, what you are going to do? You are going to make yourself escape from that place. If you are going to hesitate to speak in English, then how can you become fluent in English? Everyone can desire to become the fluent in the language of the English. But only the one who is going to put efforts towards becoming the master in the language, he can only become the master in the language of the English. For that, what you need to do? Every day you have to practice. At least 15 minutes you need to practice every day. 15 minutes. Everyone can have the desire to become the fluency in the language of the English. But if you are not going to put efforts towards learning English, then how is it possible? So what is my suggestion? Every day at least 15 minutes you need to speak. Try to yourself get connected to the people who are somewhat good at English. At least to a certain extent, those people who are good at in the language of the English. You can find many people around you. Even your friend may be good at English. Your teacher and YouTube channels, Get yourself connected with those people. Unless and until you are going to get yourself connected to the people who are good at least to a certain extent in the language of the English, then it is not possible, because you will be in your own boundary. You will be in your own boundary within which you are good at. But you have to expose yourself to the world. Okay, the world has become very small. The whole world is in your hand. That means I am talking about the mobile. Many apps are there. So download those apps. In the next video, I am going to let you know what are the different apps are there, and so that you can get connected to those apps, and you can build your vocabulary, and you can find yourself excellence in English language. That everything I will let you know in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you. Have a nice day. In the next video, what are the apps and all, everything I am going to let you know. Thank you. Have a nice day. This is Arun Kumar. Thank you.